katika mji huu wa matunda.
Kama serikali hawajachukua hiyo hatua, sisi wa Orma tutachukua hatua.
NTV Mashinani kila siku ya wiki saa 12:30 jioni hadi saa 1 jioni.
NTV, turning on your world.
A very good morning to you on this trendy Thursday on Your World. It's the 13th of February. You know what that means. Tomorrow is a Valentine's Day. And yes, I'm here in my reds representing just that. Karibuni sana. You can find us on Facebook, NTV Kenya, on Instagram, NTV Kenya, on X, NTV Kenya, all over. It's NTV Kenya. And today we are talking all things styling. And we're going to be touching on haute couture. We're also going to be looking at your image. We'll be looking at your etiquette as we step into Valentine's. How are you showing up, even for yourself? Si lazima for other people, but how do you show up for yourself as well? We have a power show lined up for you. We're at Karibu Inn on Waiyaki Way, and let me tell you, the things they have lined up for Valentine's Day tomorrow. Wait. First of all, if you come in for dinner, you get a complimentary glass of wine. It doesn't matter if you're male, female, sisi wote, we're celebrating love. So all of that will be there for you tomorrow. I'll give you more details on what they have lined up for you. So do not even go anywhere, kwa sababu tuko hapa kwa ajili yako. If you have any questions when it comes to image, your confidence, what you wear, your etiquette, we will be looking at those things as well. Please send your questions and we will have experts in the building who will be letting you know how to go about that. But just to let you know, we'll have Olga Nato, who is a fashion boss in studio with models, showing us the different kinds of clothes that she makes and, you know, the inspiration behind that. But to start us off this morning, we have Grace Kariuki. Now, Grace is an image consultant. She's an etiquette trainer, a commercial model. Yani, she is super gorgeous. And the thing that I really love is that she is also wearing a touch of red. Grace, welcome.
Thank you so much, Mwikali.
You look amazing.
Thank you. I'm so honored to be here this morning.
Yeah. Was it intentional with the red?
Oh, yes.
Repping Valentine's?
Oh, yes.
And it's not the whole thing. Minimeva yote. Use there's a black, there's a red. We are color coding.
Yes, we are.
So maybe you can introduce yourself to the people. Let us know exactly what you do. I know I said a bit of it,
right,
but I'm sure there's so much more to you.
You're right. Hello, everyone. Good morning. My name is Grace Kariuki. I'm an image consultant and etiquette trainer at Graceful Image Consulting. My passion lies in helping my clients to access, evaluate, and align their image. And when I talk about image, it's appearance, behavior, and communication. This to align with their personal and professional goals.
Wow.
Yes.
That is a lot.
It is.
And
Sounds a lot.
I am eager to find out where I am at when it comes to all of that. So even as you talk to everybody at home, anybody who's tuned in, I will be gauging myself and vetting self to know, am I doing well? Where am I on this chart? Ni wapi najiangusha? So I'm in class. And you are my teacher today. But maybe we can just go back a little bit to just understand where this journey came from or the passion for it. Right. Because you look like it. When I look at you, you're full of confidence.
Thank you.
You dress well. You are approachable. You know, the etiquette is there. You know, you look very well put together. But maybe you can tell us where this journey began.
Right. So my journey began in 2022.
Okay.
I was in fashion business. And I was selling clothes to mostly women. Women were my main clients.
Okay.
And I'd find some of them coming to me in, seeking advice in terms of styling. So I'm selling you a dress and you're like, okay, Grace, how can I style this dress? What shoes can I wear? Like, what accessories goes well with this? And also, I would also encounter women buying clothes in wrong sizes. They didn't understand their body type. So they would buy wrong color, wrong sizes. And I saw a need. So I decided to pursue this service as an image consultant. I found a school in South Africa where I went for my course.
Okay.
And I'm so happy to be able to reach out to more women, improve their confidence and help them also be able to network and also enhance their success.
Let me tell you, when you mentioned wrong sizes,
Yes.
guilty, and this is how it plays out. As a at the end of my teenage years,
Right.
I was bigger than most of my age mates
Right.
in size. And because I felt a bit insecure about that, what I would do then is I'd leave the house looking like a girl, you know? You know where this is going?
Yeah.
Then I'd go to my friend's house before I get to school
Right.
to wear baggy clothes so that I can look or feel unseen-ish, because I felt like I was too big, the cat calling, all of that, and I didn't want any of that. So when I look back, there was a lot of self-esteem and confidence issues. It does.
Right.
So how then do you handle such a client who comes to you and their ultimate absolute belief is that sitaki nguo inanishikashika, nataka tu you see what I'm wearing? Nowadays it's better because I can wear a bodycon and be comfortable with it. But there are people who struggle with that. So what's the journey if you meet someone like me,
Right.
I don't know how many years ago, and try to walk them this journey of love yourself, because it's more than just the clothes at that point.
It's just more than the clothes.
Yeah.
So I would, once I have a first encounter with my clients, I go through with them their body type, because that's the basics of styling.
Okay.
And feeling confident. If you wear the right clothing, you end up feeling more confident. So what are we doing? We're measuring there are checkpoints for body type. So we'll go with your bust, your hip, and your waist measurements to understand your body type. And then I would walk with you through the process of dressing your body type. So you don't have to wear oversized baggy clothes to be able to feel more confident. You just need to wear what works for your body. And there are different body types. I would say.
Please take us through them.
Yeah, I would say I like to use letters to describe this body type.
Letters?
Yes.
Okay.
So we have the A. And how the A
Yes.
you form like the horizontal silhouette. When I look at you from the front, you form a letter A. That means your bust is smaller than your hip size measurement.
Okay, just make sure that your mic is closer to. Yes.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
So I'd ensure that if you have a smaller bust than your hip measurement,
Yes.
I'd ensure that I create balance, and that's being able to dress more, create more volume on top, and patterns create volume. Patterns, so we do puff sleeves, we're layering, we're doing jewelry if you have a smaller bust. So those are some of the ways, putting on a scarf and dull colors. So that's create balance in an A body shape.
Okay.
Yeah.
Way.
And then we have an X body shape.
X.
X forms an X.
Like
an
I see it. I
It's
see.
an
Oh, that's an hourglass.
figure.
Yes.
So for an hourglass, they have the same measurement, they're balanced. They have the same measurement from their bust and their hip size. So, and their waist is really defined.
Yeah.
So,
Snatched.
Yeah, it's snatched. So for this body type is to ensure that you're wearing clothes that actually emphasize on the waist.
Yes.
And well-fitting clothes that are able to, emphasize on your figures and your curves. And for another body type is an inverted triangle.
Okay.
It's a V. This is where now you have someone with a bigger bust and a smaller lower
Hips.
body. Yes. And for these people, I advise them to create balance now on the lower body. So what does that mean?
Yeah.
If patterns and layers create volume, so you wear clothes that are, bubble skirts. We are talking of pants with pockets. So you're able to create that balance between your upper and your lower body.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's the inverted.
The inverted triangle.
Okay. Okay. Do we have another one? There's one that.
Rectangle.
Yes, that's the
We
one.
have the rectangle where it's the same as the hourglass, but the only difference is so your bust size and your hip size are the same size, but you do not have a defined waist.
Okay, so
for
what
an
do I
hourglass,
do?
they have a defined waist.
Yes.
For a rectangle, they do not have a waist.
Yes.
So what are we doing here with a rectangle body shape? We are going to try and now create a waist
Okay.
for you. So what are you gonna do? Wear belts, big belts, and then add volume here, so you can form an X. So you're adding volume here and you're adding volume here, and then nipping your waist, so you can create that a nice silhouette.
So that we're cinching the waist if you're a rectangle. If you are an A, we are puffing up. We're wearing colors, patterns, layering, scarves, necklaces. If it's the inverted, then whatever you were doing here, now you do it here. And if you are the X, then
it's the easiest one.
Oh yeah?
By normally just make sure everything you're wearing is nipping at the waist. If you're wearing, avoid baggy clothes. But if you're wearing a baggy clothes, you can choose to wear a belt.
Okay.
Yeah.
For someone who's probably just getting into this conversation for the very first time, maybe we can define image, style, etiquette, you know, all of that put together. What do they mean exactly when we say image?
Right. Image is as simple as ABC.
Ooh.
That is appearance.
Ah, okay. I thought you were going with, you know, the song. It's easy, like 1, 2, 3. But okay, so A.
A for appearance.
Appearance.
This is how we look, the physical appearance. And then for behavior is our mannerism, how we're behaving, our body language, our body posture as well. For communication is the tone of our voice. This also comes in public speaking. It's also the tone of our voice, the public speaking, the listening skills.
Yeah.
And then we now added another one, which is D. So ABC, and then there's a D, which is the digital presence. Yes. And now in this day and era, we need to consider the digital presence, how you're appearing online. Yeah. What kind of content are you putting out there? Is it aligning with your image? Your personal image day to day. Yeah. So how I'm appearing online is now relevant. It never used to be. Yes. But then how I communicate online, because it's everything. It's the appearance. Yes. It's all the ABCs in the D. Yes. Okay. And so when you meet someone, and probably we come from different backgrounds. Right. And there are people probably who will be more comfortable with certain things. That is all they know. But then they've come to you because they want to do better. But I'm also very stiff with adjusting my life, maybe from skirts to maybe trousers. I don't have an issue with wearing trousers, but probably for the longest time in my life, I never wore that. So then what happens then? What do we build from backwards going up? What really happens when it's the whole 360? So I usually meet my clients where they are, at their point of need. So I'm not trying to change you. Yes. We're trying to enhance what you already have. So assuming I come to you and you're like, oh, Grace, I don't like wearing skirts. I'm not going to put you on a skirt. Oh, really? I will not put you on a skirt. Even if I look like bomb. Yes. Okay. I will put you on a skirt. But if you are not comfortable wearing skirts, we can find a style that works for you. Are you happy with your pants? Fine. Let's make it work. Let's make it stylish. Because I also find one of the challenges that people encounter is they're not accepting of change. It takes time. That's true. It's a step, it's a journey. So you start from where a client is and slowly help them build their confidence. If they're wearing their pants well, if their style has changed, then you start seeing them now wanting to try new things. So you start from where they are and then build up. So they don't feel too overwhelmed by this. They're like, oh, now you need to wear these colors, you need to wear this type of clothing. And they're like, oh, no, Grace. And then you'll find someone, maybe you will have a consultation with someone and then they just disappear and you're wondering, hey, what happened? Because they were not comfortable. They were not comfortable with that. So this is... There are things like photo shoots. Right. There are things that photo shoots that come into the digital bit of things. But then there's the communication of how we talk and how we appear or how we show up for ourselves. Because we've talked about the look. Yes. We've talked about that. But then what about my confidence? What about me appearing? Say, for example, I'm a CEO, and we've seen loads of them that are very camera shy, and they do not know how to
to be in the presence of maybe media or communicate in front of a board or stuff like that. They are very good at executing. That's why they got to where they are. How do we work their confidence to speak in public? Etiquette when it comes to that. Etiquette when it comes to online and the things that we put up. Is it something that you do as well or help people like that with?
Yes, appearance and communication as well. And for executives, especially because they're also trying to maintain a certain image to represent their brand in their business. So I would start with, let's say, appearance. Like, are your clothes talking? Are they clearly communicating your personality?
Don't show up as a man with buttons open all the way here. CEO.
Because style is a form of expression.
Yes.
So what we wear and how we wear it is what we want people to perceive of us. So I will sit down with you like, what is your goal? What is your professional goal at this point? So I'll walk with you that journey. We want to appear more, powerful, then we'll get you the power suits. And I think it's also a journey. Once you start getting the compliments and people, you start building your confidence, you're able now to appear in front of people and make your communication skills, always like public speaking, those ones you have to go through training and also practice makes perfect.
Absolutely. I totally agree. There's something I've seen, especially with our politicians and, the C-suite people in offices, where if it's a man, there's a watch, there's a blue suit, there's a way they pose, you know what I mean? And I'm going to come back and talk about what these colors mean, because we had a very interesting conversation earlier, and you're just like, color has a lot to do with what you look. So I am really, really, really excited to find out about that. But first, we have to take a very, very, very short commercial break. But remember to if you have any question when it comes to image, styling, etiquette, how you present yourself to the world, even on the digital platform, just make sure that you send in those questions to us. It's NTV Kenya on X, it's NTV Kenya on Facebook, on Instagram, and you can talk to me at It's Wikali Mary on Instagram and on X as well. We will be right back after this very short break.
A strength that's yours. Redmi Note 14 series, all-star durability.
On the 7th of March 2025, we embrace the theme of marching forward. Here we stand as symbols of progress. Together, we march with confidence and grace, showing the world that when women rise, everyone rises.
As the sun dips below the horizon, we transition from the greens to the glamour of the evening.
We are inviting you, all the lovely ladies, to please join us at the Muthaiga Golf Club for a very unique experience.
In the dynamic legal landscape of Kenya, connections are currency. Building strong relationships is vital for success. The Business Daily Legal Minds Golf Classic isn't just a golf tournament. It's a strategic platform where legal minds converge. Imagine your brand associated with this exclusive event, rubbing shoulders with the most influential figures in the legal sector. As a sponsor, you'll gain unparalleled access to a discerning audience, showcasing your support for the legal community and solidifying your position as a trusted partner. Elevate your brand visibility, build lasting relationships, and tee off to success with the Business Daily Legal Minds Golf Classic. Don't miss this opportunity to connect with movers and shakers of Kenya's legal world. To partner or sponsor, call Winnie at 0713-351-695 or email wkahoi@ke.nationmedia.com. Visit our Business Daily Africa website for more information.
Mahadhi ya kusisimua na yenye mvuto. Kutoka mashinani hadi mijini.
Zaidi ya madaktari 200 wameweza kuanza mgomo wao rasmi.
Serikali ya kaunti inaendeleza miundombinu kuhakikisha kuwa maji inapatikana kwa urahisi.
Ni chimbuko la habari zinazokuhusu wewe.
Kupata ID, sisi tulikuwa kama alias ambaye wamekuwa discriminated.
Michebebe is very nutritious, very chlorophyllous, very delicious, but less malicious.
Bila chuku, bila upendeleo. Taarifa halisi na asilia kutoka kwa wananchi kwa ajili ya wananchi.
Ndilo kero la taka ambao umeshuhudiwa katika mji huu wa matunda.
Kama serikali hawajachukua hiyo hatua, sisi wa Orma tutachukua hatua.
NTV Mashinani, kila siku ya wiki saa 12:30 jioni hadi saa 1 jioni.
Shilingi 1000. Toka kwa hiyo sanduku. Stoki. Rudisha hiyo pesa kwa sanduku namba 10.
Ongeza ifike 50.
Kwa nini? Anataka ukule popcorn ukitizama runinga, sawa? 100,000 Kenya shillings. Inch TV. 1,000 Kenya shillings. Yes!
Alma and Alvaro made a deal so that I would think the wedding was somewhere else.
Why do you say so?
Because only Angela can keep you away from everything. She is the only reason that you'd fight the way you did with Samantha.
You tore me to pieces when I found out that you were with Angela before me. You married her before you married me.
Will you both stop fighting? My brother is really in love with you. I've never seen him like this before. Don't you feel a thing for him?
You are the one.
Sensodyne gives you long-lasting protection against sensitivity. And people come in and they're like, oh, it works. I can have ice cream and I'm not in any discomfort. I recommend Sensodyne because it works. It's brilliant.
NTV.
Welcome back to Your World. This is a trendy Thursday and we are talking about styling and the evolution of fashion. Super excited that you have joined us this morning. Remember to talk to us on social media, NTV Kenya on Facebook, NTV Kenya on X as well as Instagram. So karibuni sana. If you have any questions, please send them in. We have Grace Kariuki in the building, who is a certified image consultant, etiquette trainer, a commercial model, all of that put together. And just before we went on the break, the question is, what have colors got to do with it? We see our presidents over the years, Nisuti ya blue, you know, and then the pose is like this. There's a watch, there's a nini, there's like that. So there's something to color.
There is.
Please tell us about that.
It's very fascinating, actually. It's the vibrant world of color. I find this very interesting because when we're born in certain color groups. It's in us.
We are born in certain color groups.
Yes, it's in us, it's in our genes. So we have 4 different color groups.
4?
Yes.
Okay.
And we use seasons to describe these colors. You have the autumn, summer, spring, and winter.
Okay.
So when I sit down with you, because color is part of styling, like if I have to make you look good, then I have to put you in the colors that makes you look, the right colors will make you look vibrant and youthful. And if I put you in the wrong colors, I don't know if you've ever met someone in the morning, it's very early and they look tired and pale.
Yeah. I see that in me sometimes. I'd wear clothes and look at myself in the mirror and I'm like,
Yes.
Okay.
It's because you're wearing the wrong colors.
Huh?
Yes, it happens. So the right color will make you look vibrant, youthful, cheerful, even when you've not had enough sleep.
Okay.
And this is also part of color analysis. So when I sit down with someone, my client, I'd have to go through the color flow. Who are you? And what checkpoints do I use to determine your color group? It's your eyes.
Yes.
The color of your eyes, the color of your hair, and the skin tone.
Excuse me.
Yes.
I was born
with it.
Like a thumbprint. There are colors that I need to wear that will elevate me as a person.
Yes.
And probably in relation to that also make my mood better.
Yes.
And
Absolutely.
you can do that?
I
like I
can do
need to
that.
just show up and be like, I've been wearing the wrong colors all my
your
life.
life. Can you imagine that? It's also determine your hair color. You know, the kind of hair that you style, the way you style, the color that you go to your salonist and say, oh, I want this color.
Yeah.
That's but if you put the wrong color of your hair, that's also affect your appearance. Because the same genes that is responsible for your hair color, for your eye color, and skin tone are the same genes also responsible for your personality. So when you're wearing
Just
the
say
right...
that slowly. There's a gene that is responsible for my personality and responsible for my eye and hair and skin color.
tone. Yes. So when you wear the right colors, you're forming a harmonious look. And that's why when you wear the right colors, you have people complimenting you, and you're excited. You have this sort of, newfound confidence. And that's how image plays in part of, helping people feel more confident, elevate them. When you're walking into an interview and you're wearing the right colors, you find favor with your interviewers. If you're a public speaker, if you're wearing the right colors, you find that you're able to deliver your speech better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is fascinating.
Right.
I don't know why my head went there, but you know how people say, the way you're getting jobs, unatumia kamote or whatever. All I have done is found out what my color is, and I'm just showing up full of life.
Yeah.
And so, what is the process like? I'm so fascinated because this is the first time I'm hearing anything close to this, and I don't know if there are people out there who are like me because So, if I show up at your office,
right?
What is the process of knowing? So you look at my eyes.
Yes.
People say I have brown eyes. I don't know what that means, but I do have brown eyes, right?
Beautiful brown eyes.
Beautiful.
Yes, so I would study your eye patterns as well. I'm going to study your hair color, and that's your natural hair color.
Yes, it's black, jet black.
And your skin tone. And sometimes also as human beings, we gravitate towards our color, like naturally towards our color. You have your favorite colors.
Yes.
So I'll also try and understand what are those colors. Those are the things that are going to help me guide, towards your color group.
Yeah.
And then we do a color analysis flow where we put some, color drips on you, and we see your face changing and your eye changing, you brightening up, your cheeks, the under eyes, the bags also tends to disappear when you're wearing the right colors.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I know you don't have those things here, but I would like to know what yours is and what colors work for you, because I'm sure you've done this test on yourself before. You know it by heart now.
Right.
So a combination of your eyes, your hair color, your skin tone, and what that says about the colors that are comfortable for you to wear and step out in.
Right. So I have a cool undertone, and sometimes you would confuse because I look warm, but I'm quite cool.
Huh? Okay.
It's such big words, but once you understand the skill, you're able to help your clients. So cool undertone, it's either warm or cool. So people with warmness, you will see the yellowness, like there's some sort of yellow tone in your skin. So you will know that person is warm.
Okay.
Yeah. And then the color of your eyes are usually like clear. When you're cool, you have clear eyes, and brown, not yellow. You can see some people have yellow. They have a pupil. Their pupil is yellow, so you will know that this person may be warm by looking at their eyes. And then I'm a cool summer, so that means also my personality. My colors would be. Let me start with my colors. They're soft tones. The neutral tones, the rose gold, the baby pinks, the nudes. I don't do well with yellow, bright colors like purple and blues.
Ngwin, the kamba in me.
Yeah, so I don't do very well with blues. So that would be my color. So whenever I'm buying, whenever I'm shopping, I have to understand and know my color group. So I don't buy the wrong color.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what does that say about your personality then? Because then it ties in, right?
So I'm a soft with a calm personality. I don't like confrontation.
Okay.
I'm a mediator in terms of, when there's a fight, I'm the one in the middle mediating. I like peace.
Okay.
Yes.
So that comes in with that. I am fascinated by this.
Right.
I assure you, I will be at your office to find out if the yellows and greens I have grown up loving.
It could be your color group.
And people change over time, like their colors that we changed. Like I remember loving browns, and then I got to a point and I found out that browns are very dull. Then I stopped loving the browns. I am fascinated by white. I love white.
White is a cool color.
I remember there was a time in my life that purple was the color. So those keep changing, and I love the fact that you say that it is not the determinant, or my favorite colors are not the determinant. There's so much more in my DNA that can be used to,
alter, yeah.
To alter that. So mesema mimi leo wizi niambia mpaka nikuje kwa ofisi.
I'll have to sit down with you. I'll have to sit down with you, Mikali.
Okay, no problem. I will definitely show up for that. Let's talk about timeless fashion. There's style and there's fashion.
Yes.
What's the difference in there, and why are you big on style? And because I've not heard you say fashion, not even once. Hiyo word hujatoka kwa mdomo yako hata mara moja.
Because fashion goes away. Style is permanent. It's who we are. It never goes out of fashion.
Yeah.
That's why style never goes out of fashion.
Well, fashion definitely goes out
of style.
Yeah.
Fashion goes out of style.
Yeah.
So we have different style personalities.
Okay.
Which is also fascinating, because as much as we have color groups, you also have a style personality. Like for me, I'd say, giving an example, I'm a elegant lady, graceful. That means I'm mostly my formal wear.
Oh wait, did you just do your name like that?
Yeah,
graceful. Yes.
So mostly my formal wear. It's polished. It's well put together. There are people who are have sporty. You see a lot of people walking around with their sporty wear.
I'm seeing Queen Latifah as you talk. She's all the years that we have seen her. She's very, even when she wears her suit, her hair will be sleek, but ni suiti, athleisure.
That's the word, right? That's the exact word. Okay. So, and you find them wearing this sporty wear to run their errands, whether they're going for meetings.
Yeah.
We find them in their sporty wear. So we have timeless fashion. So timeless fashion is, you find these timeless pieces that never goes out of style, and they are quite expensive. And a lot of people who buy this, they usually have few items of those.
Not 5,500.
Nah. They actually don't like shopping, so they will have timeless pieces that they wear, but those pieces never goes out of fashion. Like a nice blazer, a white nude, those kind of that would go with a lot of other outfits.
Yeah.
And we have, what else do we have? We have the romantic for women.
Ooh, Valentine's is coming.
So in the spirit of Valentine's, women who love, feminine, the pearls, the florals, soft colors, the pinks, those ones, they exude femininity and softness. So there are people who never wear anything else apart from,
And there are people, even when we were kids growing up, they were very feminine, even in the way they dress up. It was always the pinks. And, I'm loving pinks now in my 30s. Like
you're in your feminine era.
Mid-30s, very, very pinky. And I didn't notice it until somebody said, oh, Mix, this whole week you've been wearing pink. And I'm like, huh? Had these shoes. Right. And I couldn't touch that color. Let's talk about something that I've seen online that people ask a lot, and they're asking today as well. I'm going to show up at an interview.
Right.
I do not know what to wear. I need to make a first impression. What are the do's and don'ts in terms of look, confidence, and, appearance?
Right. So let me, I like that you mentioned about first impression.
Yes.
Do you know we only have one chance to make a first impression? And it only takes 7 seconds. You only have 7 seconds to form a first impression.
Okay.
So when you're going for interview, like you have to consider when you're walking into an interview room, I think the first tip is fitting, your clothes fitting. Your clothes have to fit well. You have to be pressed. It has to be,
no wrinkles.
No wrinkles.
Garments.
There's the grooming, how you're appearing. Is your hair well done? What are your jewelries? Are they minimal? Also color. For corporates, I see a lot of, for men, they wear the charcoal gray suits, the navy blue, the blacks for men. And then you can do a nice, shirt, button-up shirt, and some dress shoes. So for a man, your shoes and your belt should match.
Shoes and belt, guys. Shoes and a belt
should match.
Should match.
Should be the same color. And for women, a nice formal dress or a tailored skirt suit.
Okay.
Or pantsuits would work for an interview. Also in very, let's go for neutral tones. You don't want to show up an interview with a yellow suit.
No.
I don't know. Maybe it depends what kind of
the fashion industry you're checking in as a stylist or a designer. Then I need to see. I need to be confident.
Yeah. So you could show up in your bright colors, but for corporates, it's better to stick to neutral tones.
Okay.
Yeah.
When it comes to my presence, that I'm there, I'm here, what is required of me to, within the 7 seconds, what am I doing when I'm saying hi to them, when I'm presenting my case, what's my posture and all of that?
So posture matters. An upright posture also helps with your tone, the tone of your voice. You should be able to be audible. And there's also a firm handshake, I think, first and foremost.
Yes.
Like a firm handshake also helps to, exudes confidence. And what else would you consider? There's the firm handshake, there's the posture, there's the tone of your voice, there's the grooming.
Eye contact.
Eye contact is very important.
Yes.
It shows also confidence and, communication as well.
Yeah. This is when I am present there. I'm in this room.
Yes.
Let's take it to the internet because these employers, before they even call you, they will check anasema nini uko TikTok. What are they saying on Instagram? What are they saying on Facebook, on YouTube, and all of that? So how can we clean up that space?
It's more of personal branding. What are you trying to communicate out there, whether in person or online?
Yeah.
So you cannot come weekly, or assuming even myself, I'm an image consultant.
Yeah.
But when you go to my TikTok,
I'm just like, hold up.
I'm stupid.
tumeona NTV asubuhi.
So it has to align.
Yeah.
There needs to be alignment with your physical and online appearance. So make sure that the content you're putting out there is acceptable, maybe I would use that word.
Yeah.
Acceptable. It's in line with who you are, what you do. Like you're driving that conversation that way. The language, are you using,
vulgar is the word you're looking for?
Yes. So it's important to align your presence, your dutiful presence, because a lot of employers, and I've seen a lot of people lose their jobs because of their online content. And
you had a name for it.
It's an etiquette.
That is the most hilarious thing. I did not know it had a name, but I see.
It's
because
actually a form of etiquette.
Yeah, because it's a community.
Yes.
You're still in the presence of people.
Right.
You're still out there. So how you represent yourself, if you're decent, like you can't be this and then when I go to your social media platforms, I'm like, and then you say, but when I show up to work, I will not be looking like that. Have you seen my CV, you know?
No, it's not, it doesn't work like that.
Okay. So how long is this journey of transformation, and do you have a success story? And what I mean by a success story is like a change, like you met this person looking like this and walked the journey of what they look like, how they present themselves in terms of confidence, how they speak. Have you had that journey? And maybe if you can give us tidbits of what was that like for you, your most successful transformational story.
Yes, I have a client I met at a point in her life where she was feeling very stuck. She was not very confident, and she felt like she was not also making any progress in her workplace. Like being in the same position for quite some time. And she was like, what's wrong with me? Even in her dating world, she was not doing very well. And I sat down with her and she told me some of her, you know, insecurities that she was dealing with.
Yeah.
And she didn't also understand her body type. So I walked through the journey with her, helping her know her color. And I think she's so fascinated about color because as soon as she started wearing her right colors and showing up in meetings at workplace, like there was so much response and she was able to get promoted.
Ooh.
Yes, and it's so amazing because also she was so afraid of wearing certain colors. I was like, please try. Just give it a try and let me know. And in 1 week, she came back with positive feedback. Like, I never thought I'd wear green, Grace. I never thought I'd wear green. And she was like, yeah. She used to see color and run.
And
she was always in black.
I hope she's dating now.
Well. We shall find out tomorrow.
That was a good one. That was a really good one. But it's so fascinating because I think the color bit is very fascinating because it is tied up to who we are. And I'd say comfortably my 36 years of existence, it was just, I like this color. But I do not understand where that is coming from. And I think I just told you about hair. I'd always be like in black. I'd wear color sometimes, but then I bumped into this certain color and I was just like, oh my God. And then the compliments and everything. So
it helps build confidence.
It does. It really does.
That's the journey.
Yeah, because then you show up authentically.
Yes.
Then you show up and you're comfortable to do the most.
Yeah, best version of yourself.
Yes. Absolutely. What is the biggest misconception when it comes to image consultants or what it is that you do? Right. What is the one thing yenye una meet client here and ajua by kesho? Everything about my life will have changed completely. It's a whole 360. What are some of the misconceptions when it comes to what you do?
I would say that sometimes people think image consulting is for certain groups of people.
Yeah.
Or like, I'm just a teenager, I'm just a graduate, I'm an intern, why do I need an image consultant?
Yeah.
But I say the image consultant is for everyone.
Yeah.
Are you a teenager trying to navigate your teenhood? Are you a graduate trying to navigate the professional world? Are you a divorcee trying to get back into the dating world? Are you a new mom?
Yeah.
Navigating your new body. So it's not just for executive and people in the public eyes.
Yeah.
So that's one of the biggest misconception I find, that people, try to put us in a box that this is only for certain people.
Yeah.
And another thing is that we work with whatever budget. We can work with a budget that you're comfortable with. We don't have to go for you don't have to break a bank.
Yeah.
It's like whatever you're comfortable. If you want us to go to Toy and shop for those dresses, we will go.
Okay.
Because that's where you are at.
Yeah.
And if you want us to go to Dior,
we'll go. We'll fly.
Yes.
To Paris and Paris.
Yes, please. So it's different. I meet my clients at where they are at their point of need.
Seeing that, I have a lot of clothes, probably because of what I do. So over the years, you find like you have so many clothes. Is it an option instead, because you're meeting someone where they are, to go through their closet and be like, instead of buying, maybe we can just try, and is it something that Yeah.
Yeah, it's an interesting fact because I want to say most of the time, we wear 20% of our clothes, 80% of our time.
Say that again.
We wear 20% of our clothes, 18% of the time. What does that mean? You're only wearing 20% of the clothes in your wardrobe. So you have lots of clothes, as you say, in your wardrobe, but you're only picking out 20% of those pieces.
They're calling out to me. They will, you know how they know you by your outfit, and it's not like they don't even have to see your face. Or like, because it's the same. And I don't know why does that happen?
It's the same thing. We're buying, we don't understand our style, personality, we don't understand our color, we don't understand our body shape. So when you're buying, you just buy, and then you find, oh, I don't like this dress anymore. And so that's where wardrobe management comes in.
Okay.
So I'm able to sit down with you and arrange the clothes that you wear on a daily, also considering your lifestyle. Like, yeah, as a new mom, you're not going to be having a long list of heels that you don't need.
Yeah.
So those comfortable clothes, your day-to-day activities, then you're able to align those clothes with what you do on a daily.
Okay, and even get rid of things that
hoarding. A lot of people hoarding onto things.
I'm a hoarder. I'm a hoarder because we have so many things that we do not wear for sure. And there's a thing about buying something for when you will fit into it.
And I know, like when I lose weight, I'll wear that dress.
Snatched. And then you have a goal. In 2 months, I will fit into this dress. You starve yourself and it's not happening.
It's not happening. So you end up keeping lots of outfits in your closet that you don't need.
Absolutely.
So if you're in your size, buy what you can wear now.
Now that we're talking about all these things and the different people and where they are at, let's talk culture a bit because we have fashionistas who are hijabis, They look really good and they like to dress up and, do fashion in that way that is respectful to their culture and their religion as well. Is it something that you are out to do for the different cultures? Maybe I am showing up as a Mukurino. This is what I wear. And we've seen them. They still have their turban and they are looking gorgeous. For different cultures, different religions, is this something that you open to, that you do? And what are some of the things that you consider when you are, working with that kind of clientele?
Sure, absolutely. I would. I'm open to, seeing clients who are not, necessarily wearing the most fashionable items. I haven't dealt with one just yet. I don't have an experience with a client who is a Muslim or Arabic. Yet. Just yet. But it's something I'm open to. Because fashion is how you put your outfits together.
Yes.
That's it.
Okay.
You can still have your style, personality in your culture and religion.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to look shabby.
Yes.
Yeah, just a well-fitting hijab would work. Yeah. And the right color as well.
I like that you're open to it and that it's something that is happening because we see them modeling, we see them looking nice and all of that. Fabulous. But if you had to choose, one thing as a woman, as a man, if I'm leaving the house, nisitoke kwa hiyo nyumba bila nini. What is that? What is that fashion or accessory that I should never leave the house without, and why?
Personally, I would choose a watch.
A watch?
Yes.
Okay. Why?
Because time. Keeping time is a form of respect. It's actually an etiquette. When you keep time, you're respecting others. You're considerate. I think time is of essence this day.
Yeah.
And time. So I wouldn't want to leave the house without my watch.
Okay. So that is the one piece to Stokebila.
Yes.
Okay.
Good advice.
Okay. Now we know. If anybody's looking to get in touch with you, to get your services, maybe do a consultation here and there, how can they find you?
So I'm on Facebook as Grace Karaoke. I'm on LinkedIn as Grace Karaoke as well. Instagram is Graceful Karaoke. And you can also find me, you can call or WhatsApp me on 0740-330-303.
Okay.
Yeah.
Say that number again.
0740-330-303.
Okay. Asante sana kwa kuja leo.
Thank you so much for having me.
Been amazing.
It's such an
I will
honor.
definitely show up.
Please do. Let's book a consultation with you, color.
Yes.
Let's find what color group you are.
Yeah. I have a feeling we'll throw half my closet out the window.
I hope not.
I have a feeling. You know how you're just drawn to these ridiculous things? There are things as you grow up, and I think maybe I should have just found out about this. Does style change over the years?
Oh, yeah, it does.
Okay.
Once we mature, our body shape changes, our preferences changes. Also, our lifestyle. Let's say you're a lawyer.
Yeah.
You cannot afford to wear... You're in corporate, so you're in suits.
Yeah.
So that also guides your style personality.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting, because there are things I would never, ever wear again.
All right.
And they're in my closet. Thank you so much, Grace. This has been beautiful and very graceful.
Thank you, Mikali. This has been
This
amazing.
is Your World. We're talking about styling and the evolution of fashion. I hope you learned quite a bit from this conversation. We're going to take a very short commercial break, but remember to talk to us on X, on air, on Facebook, on Instagram. It's NTV Kenya, and it's Mikali Mary on Instagram and X. That's for me. All right. Okay. We're going to take a very short commercial break. We'll be right back. Don't go too far.